don't you think? Not quite as fine as some of these gentlemen of the court here, but certainly cutting a dash, I think. And you can tell that he's a Fletcher. Can anybody see what he's got stuck in the side of his hat that isn't the feather, the other side? He's got a little tiny arrow, hasn't he? With the fletchings on it, that's the feathery bits, for anybody that doesn't know. Yes, and that's a sign of his trade, and that was quite often a common way of advertising what you did, have something about your person associated with your trade. Right, this gentleman here, not quite a fine white linen shift, but it's certainly linen, but it needs a few more washes, I think, and a few more bleachings out in the sun, which I'm sure he would want to do that, because everybody wanted to look as fine as they possibly can. These days we're quite happy to scruff around in jeans and that have got holes in, but at this time you dressed as well as you possibly could, in the best of the clothes that you possibly could as well. So no concept of looking scruffy if we could possibly help it. Over the top of his shift he wears a woolen jerkin, and it's laced here with a leather thong. That could also be pointed as well with the little ties. And yes, he has the ubiquitous hose with the codpiece, but he has long hose. A little old-fashioned perhaps, which it means that his upper hose and nether hose are joined in one, and that's something that you'll find in the medieval period as well. That's a transitional thing that's still around, certainly with people slightly lower down the social scale. You quite often find that ordinary people's fashions could be 10, 15 years behind the fashionable things of a particular period, because people will want to get the most out of their clothing that they possibly could. You will also notice here the foot is included as well, so it forms a sort of sock inside the shoe. And he has garters at his knees just to keep it all as straight as he possibly can.